Wow, what a story. You are so young and you have
I'm
been
older than I look.
and you've been threatened. So you are really a gladiator.
I
So
am.
you mentioned about a big organization like NATO and so on, because amazingly, I just find out 34 years later that my father killed by NATO.
Mm.
So it's similar, and
Yeah.
it's not coincidence. So when you study about the killing of President John Kennedy, you said that there is a backup by organization. It's a legal organization within the country itself, like CIA or FBI. What is the result of your investigation?
Oh my God, I spent 30 years. I've been a speaker 3 times in Dallas. I'm a close friend to many of the people very close to this assassination. I'm a close friend to Lee Harvey Oswald's girlfriend, he was the one that was accused of killing Kennedy. He was absolutely not. He was actually trying to stop the assassination. But I'm also a close friend to E. Howard Hunt, who worked for the CIA, who was one of the architects behind the assassination. I'm a friend of his son. And there's many other former agents and so on, their children. We are sort of, it's almost like our parents were part of creating a lot of traumas, and we are here to try and heal them. So with the JFK assassination, that it's a massive, massive, massive conspiracy. I mean, it's so multi-layered, and with so many different parts of it, it is an absolute masterpiece when it comes to conspiracies. But it will take me like 6 hours to explain what actually happened. And I'm also, believe it or not, I'm actually in direct contact with the man that fired the final headshot, the one that blew his brains out. He's still alive, and he's just stepped forward quite recently. His name is James Files, but he was just one of many shooters. There was a whole barrage of shooters that was surrounding Dealey Plaza that day. But the forces behind them was also an unholy alliance between the CIA, the mafia, the Secret Service, the military-industrial complex. You had Johnson, Nixon, both of these people involved. You had J. Edgar Hoover from the FBI. It was a whole shebang of powers that wanted Kennedy out, that wanted him, because he became a gladiator. Now, when we talk about gladiators, he was a playboy that came into power through his father, that was a criminal, and also with the help of the Chicago mafia, they managed to get him into the White House. And he was, up until what is called the Cuban Missile Crisis, he was sort of like a rich man's son, playboy, all of these type of things. But then at the Cuban Missile Crisis, when the world was so close to the Third World War, nuclear war, where people that were in the same room as him, they were like shouting on him, you know, press the button, start the war, start the war. And where he said, with tears coming down his face, he said, I refuse to be the one that will do this to the world. And from that point on, suddenly he changed like this. He became the gladiator, and he just said, I am going to put a stop to this madness. He saw how close it was. So that's when he said, I'm going to crush the CIA into 1,000 pieces. I'm going to take the power away from the Federal Reserve Bank. I'm going to pull out of the Vietnam War. I'm going to get the silverback gun. I'm going to stop the Israel nuclear war. I'm going to chase the mafia, the American mafia. I'm going to put my little brother Robert and just do a witch hunt and stop them. It was like he was attacking everyone, trying to create a beautiful world. And that was when they had enough, and suddenly all of these enemies pointed their guns at him, and just like Julius Caesar, he was taken out.
Very interesting, Ole. Sure, definitely. You should explain that more. And I think your story is very related.